And welcome back. This is certainly a Philly tradition when it comes to snowstorms here. Looking live at the Art Museum. Look at the folks out there. They are lined up one by one going down, whether it's the sleigh. Even saw some snowboarders out there making a few runs on the Art Museum steps. Yes, you get a couple of inches and you know what you got to do. You got to hit the Art Museum. Great to have you with us once again live in the Good Day studio. I'm Thomas Drayton. We're updating you on this storm, whether it's snow or this wintry mix we're starting to see. Meteorologist Scott Williams, far from over.
Yeah, absolutely. We still have multiple hours to get through and multiple precipitation types as well. It started out this morning snow area wide, but temperatures high in the atmosphere. You go 6,000 to 9,000 feet. You get that warm nose of air, and that will switch the snow over to the sleet. Sleet has a beat, and of course, we're dealing with sleet even around Philadelphia, points north and west right now. That is mixing in. That will cut those snowfall totals. Live look down the shore, looking at, of course, temperatures for Cape May that are trying to climb above freezing, and we're looking at some rain. We're looking at a little bit of sleet mixing in, so really not a whole lot of accumulation left for those shore points. It's really areas north and west with those jackpot zones. As we look at ultimate Doppler, Philadelphia, of course, looking at the sleet mixing in now to some of that snowfall that we've been getting. But look at the numbers down the shore and look at the colors. You can see that green that is moving into Cape May County as well as Sussex County, switching over to rain for the Delaware beaches. That pink, that sleet, that is through sections of Delaware. But once again, we're getting reports of sleet even for Philadelphia, north and west suburbs. So as we zoom in a little closer, you can see the changeover has begun with those multiple precipitation types. Yes, it's cold enough area wide below freezing, but you have to head into the upper levels of the atmosphere as I talked about that warm nose. So of course, the snow, it will melt, then it will refreeze with a deep layer of that cold air at the surface. So that's the sleet. But the warmer that air, later on, we could be changing over to some freezing rain, and we do not want that ice, but it looks like we are going to get maybe 1/4 of an inch to as much as a 1/2 an inch of ice. Can't be ruled out in some locations south and west. So those ice driving tips, you'll want to keep that steering wheel straight. Don't brake, take the foot off the accelerator and slow down. Just stay off the roads if you don't have to be out. Allow the emergency personnel to get their jobs done. Look at this massive storm system from New England to the Gulf Coast, but we're talking severe weather. There's a tornado watch that has been posted for South Georgia, Southern Alabama, and the Gulf Coast. So a very complex storm system, but we'll kind of zoom in and show you some of the snowfall rates. 1 to 2 inches per hour still north and west as you get up that northeast extension toward the Poconos, but even some locations, western suburbs, looking at, of course, the sleet that is mixing in as we've been advertising. As far as that rain snow line, that will continue lifting to the north over the next several hours, and you can see that pink, that's the sleet, even some freezing rain moving to the north and west suburbs, even moving to the Lehigh Valley. Look at this, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Most of the area is going to transition over to sleet over the next several hours, and just a plain rainfall as you get down the shore, washing some of that snow away. And look at this, 5, 6, 7 o'clock, that rain line gets all the way toward the I-95 corridor and Philadelphia. So that ice potential includes us as well as the Carolinas over the next several hours. But you can see we're talking about likely 1/4 of an inch to as much as 3/4 of an inch of ice as you get far to the south and west back toward Baltimore and D.C. Thomas?
Yeah, we've been talking about just the dangers of this ice storm affecting so many different states. Over 890,000 power outages, 290,000 alone, Scott Williams, in Tennessee alone. And this is the area we talk about, that perfect combination. This very well could cut down on some of the snowfall totals in our area.
Oh, absolutely, it will. Speaking of some of the totals, you can see King of Prussia reporting a little over almost 7 inches of snow, but the reports now a transition to sleet has occurred and has begun. So that's what we're getting across most of the area, parts of the Lehigh Valley. Look at this. 8.5 inches of snow. We'll update this in just a bit. Back over to you.
All right, we'll look forward to that update. Once again, the snow continues, as Scott mentioned. It's that wintry mix that we're now watching very closely. If you are headed out there, and of course you're being advised against it, please be safe.